Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name's Natalie and this is Sew Stitch Sew Nat. My Instagram will be here because it's sew_stitch_sew. So you're joining me for my finishes parade for 2022. Had a lot of fun doing all of these. Quite a few have been gifted, so there'll just be photos of those. And I'm going to do them in order of when I finish them. So the first one I finished on New Year's Day, before I started my What Remains, is Mill Hill Café Mocha. So I blanked then. I pick up a Mill Hill frame, but I haven't actually finished it into it yet. That's what it looks like. I did make a mistake with the coffee beans and picked up the wrong thread, but I think it looks okay. And then, yeah, it's just a proper Mill Hill frame. I can't remember what colourway it is. I think it was the one suggested in the kit. Not sure why I would buy a Mill Hill frame again. I have seen some comments on one of the Facebook groups today about them, and completely agree with everything. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So that's Café Mocha. If you just come from my whip parade, I've had to close the curtains because the sun's getting, it's literally right in my eye line. And then if I didn't shut the curtains it was leaving weird shadows, so apologies, I've got the main lights on. I'm hoping it's not too dark. But if you want me to show anything next time I do normal Flosstube in daylight, let me know. So finish number 2 was on the 15th of January. There isn't a cover photo for this, it was just a Teresa Kogut freebie for 2020 Nashville. If I can find it I'll link it, and I did mine on 25 count Lugana, and I just picked up, I need to refinish this, which is why I've not bought the whole box that it sits on. I need a bigger piece of board so it sits in the whole window. This is a 25 count Nagana Ivory Cream. I bought it from Flora Shell. The needle is DMC04 and the two sulkies are 713 and 4016, 713 411, and they're both variegated. And that sits on top of what's designed as a tea caddy. But I've just got notions in there, like needle minders, needles, you name it, it's in there. But like I say, I just need to refinish it. I can't remember. I have got enough margin to be able to expand it out, it's just the backboard needs changing, but I don't know when I do it I might put another bit behind it with a fabric mount. So a bit undecided, not picked any fabric, so we'll see. It will get refinished at some point. Next one I couldn't find, which is, sorry, everything's on the floor, was the Wise Old Owl scissor keep and scissor fob from Crossstitcher issue 288. And it was everything that was in the kit. It was very fiddly to finish, and it was in my last whip parade, so I'll insert a picture of that here. So number 4 was another Mill Hill, and that's Love Sewing. I started that on the 4th, I finished that on the 4th February. Don't think I started it much before that actually. Don't think it was a SAF in the same day. But yeah, I haven't FFO'd it yet, but got all the bits from the kit. My next one is just something I did in response to Stitch for Ukraine, and it's part of a pattern by 2x2 stitch art called Sampler 83. If I can find a cover photo I will insert it, and I just finished this one square motif into a scissor fob, and I finished it on the 26th of February. I actually found out after that she was a Ukrainian. It wasn't by design, but I've got quite a few of her patterns, and you'll see another finish of her pattern later on. Next one was part of the stitch along I was doing with Somi Sarah. And I can't remember where we were up to in January, because I just classed each pattern as a finish. So just bear with me a second, because there's 4 of these in each pattern. So it's Crocette Gogo, and this is part 2. I did them as individuals and just change them out each month. Try that again. Oh. And that's where there is a separate video on each one of these, and it's a Flosstube extra. I'll put details below. So that's that one. So number 7 is Sloth, and I finished this as part of the Steel Stitches March Mayhem. So this is by Tiny Modernist. It's actually got pins in it at the minute, and I did put my initials and the year on somewhere there, and then just added a she's got like a fancy button, and I just got like a handmade button. Yes, there are pins in it, it's literally in use downstairs. And that was done on a, I'm going to say 16 count Ada, and stuffed with polyester fibre film, because that's what I've got to hand. It seems to be going strong at the minute, so once it's finished then I'll think about where I get my next filler from, I think. Next was Dungeon Master, which was a gift for my husband. So I just nabbed it from the bedroom and realised it's dusty. So this is, I think this is called Dungeon Master. It was a pattern on Etsy, and I think it used 310, but I used DMC 3799, and it's on a pewter 16 count Ada, which I got from Flora Shell, so it was a bit glare. I'll look up where I got the pattern from and try and get the details below. Next was another birthday present, which didn't get FFO'd at his birthday because I was struggling to get the materials for it. But this is out of X Stitch magazine, you can get it on Readly. I will put the issue number below. But yeah, this is the Doughnut. And I just did that on a 16 count cream Ada with the cauliflower, and then just some Doughnut fabric, which I actually saw as a ground guard today on Instagram. I think I might make a project bag or a ground guard, or both, with my what's left. I've got a ton of it. So yeah, tricky. It looks more square than round, but I'm happy with it for my first attempt. Yeah, square pillars are easy. Round things, no. But I did want to finish like that, but I couldn't get anything smaller to fit in the middle. So it ended up like this. Well, like this, just because he still liked the idea of having a Doughnut. So I gifted him the FO, and then said, "Look, I'm struggling. Like, how do you want it?" And he's like, "Oh, I still want a a donut, mummy. I'm like, okay. So we managed to find some fabric, and then it's just taking me this long to finish it. I haven't shown that previously on my normal Flosstube because I only finished it, FFO'd it the other day, which was the day before Christmas Eve, so the 23rd. So yep, the next one was the Mr. and Mrs. that I did as a gift. I will insert a picture here. Don't think I changed anything on it, but let me know if you've got any questions. I'll dig it out. Next one was Sea Spray Cottage by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and this was part of the social stitching social event I went to. So I got the needle minder that is somewhere. I don't know which project it's on, but yeah, I stitched this up really quickly. I think I did a little bit of it before the meetup and then just went ham on it the following couple of days and just finished it. Not sure what I'm doing with it yet, but that is it finished. Next was this Solidarity stitch. You'll see this lots of places. Haven't decided what to do with it yet. Sorry, a thought flashed through my brain, which was needlebook and then Biscornu. I think depending on how many stitches there are, you probably could turn it into a Biscornu. But I've seen it framed as well. So yeah. And that's by 1 Point. You made a donation and got the chart and just stitched up. I didn't fill in the white, so the white is the fabric, and that's on a 14 count Ada. Now for some reason I've got a mark there, so maybe it definitely will be a Biscornu. Go tight on the margins. Next is so I did my whip parade, and I think that was last finished before the whip parade, and I showed all my whips and then went, fancy finishing something that's not too far away. So I finished On the Moon by DMC. This is quite an old whip. It was in the UFO pile, and it is now completed. I think it was all the back stitch. I don't think, oh no, there was some stitches in Hedgehog, which weren't very easy to make out from the chart. I just did what looked good. And I don't think my back stitching isn't quite the same as the pattern either. Mine's a bit smoother rather than a bit blocky. But yeah, that just sits in my project pile. Got a big portfolio thing. And then I finished my son's birth sampler, which was just a kit from Anchor in the Forever Friends. I don't know if you can still get this or not. And it's FRC 96 bath time birth sampler. Sorry, I've not come prepared for this one, so that's how good the Caterpillar cross stitches are. They go right through. Foam board. So yeah, that's my finish. So yeah, it just says a new baby up the top. Just show. Oops. Yeah, so I think there's quite a few cross stitches and then back stitch as well. So that was finished 30th of June. I remember stitching on it for the 24 hours cross stitch that I did. I think that was in the January. But I didn't finish it as part of that. Also as part of that mid-year whip parade, I looked at this one by Designer Stitches. It's Tom and Jerry. I've got a companion piece for this. It's not started. I'm not sure it will get started. And this one's called Mousetrap. So it's all kitted. My orange at the bottom all looks like the same colour. I can't, and the kit must have come like that. There wasn't much difference between them, and I just finished off what I'd already started. So I've basically a load of half stitches in one strand everywhere, and then the back stitch, and it was done. Then I did a gift, which was another baby sampler. I'm trying to remember which magazine it was. Oh, CrossStitcher. I'll insert a photo of the finish. And then there was Broken Bags by Ghost Rocket Studio. And I've now FFO'd this as well. So I just went with a round finish. I literally, this has got interfacing on the back of it. Drew on the interfacing, the circle, ironed it on, stitched all the way around it to attach the felt, stuffed it, closed it. Oh yeah, had fun with the ribbon, realised the ribbon was on the wrong side. So I had to unstitch that bit and restitch it. Yeah, and then closed it, or stuffed it and closed it. I'm really happy with that. It's been hanging on the tree since Christmas Eve when I finished it. My goal was always to get it on the tree before Christmas, but it didn't happen. I decided to omit the 2020 year on the, but the rest is called for DMC on a 18 count Ada, and I finished this as part of the Seal City Stitchers March. Well, they were calling it Madness. I don't know whether they will call it Madness next year, but Mayhem. Next is my Mill Hill Christmas Eve. I seem to remember I finished this quite quickly. This is the 27th of July. Oops. It's not been FFO'd yet. I don't think I've cut the felt or anything for it yet. So yeah. That was Christmas Eve. Last one, last part of the Finesta Del Tempo sale that we did by Crocette Gogo. So that's the part 3. And I finished this at some point in July, but I didn't make a note of the date. So, and then yeah, I'd FFO'd the others in May when I was doing FFO, I want to say Mania, but yeah, Mayhem. So that's those 4. Like I say, they're in a separate video. Mainly all called for. I think there's only one colour I changed in terms of the DMC, but that's on a taupe 32 count even weave by Got. Oops. I just want a massive piece of it and cut it to size. Next was the No Planet B sale, which you saw on my last Flosstube, which is now being fully FFO'd. I finished that back on the 25th of September and didn't get FFO'd till a week before Christmas. 2 weeks before Christmas. Before I got ill. No, after I... Yeah, it was in the run up to Christmas. I suddenly remembered, I was like, I ordered a frame, I still haven't done it yet. Oops, put that back over there. And I've just realised I've completely missed out a, what have I? No, that was a finish from last year. Got a finish on the floor, but it's not a this year finish, I just realised. Which is the Cosy Café sale. But that is, yeah, last year's finish. Corgi Love was my next one. And that was a mixture of two designs. I'll put both of them here. No, I haven't got details here, I'll have to put them below. Oops, it's got a big crease across it. So yeah, I did this when the Queen passed. So this pattern was released for the Diamond Jubilee, and then the letters I took off another pattern. I can't remember if that was a Jubilee one or not, and then I changed quite a few of the threads. I put a mill heel bead in the tiara crown. I have got details on my Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, let me know. You can email me, the email will be down below, or DM me, and I can get the details and put them across to you. And that's done on a 32 count Country Vintage Mocha by Zweigart. Sample 15 by 2x2 stitch art. Yeah, so that's stitched on Zweigart, Rose something, can't remember, definitely Rose, 32 count even weave with DMC 498 I think it was. So yeah, not gonna lie, not all the stitches go the same way. There's an odd random few, but they didn't get unpicked. Still not sure what I'm doing with it. So at the minute, it was just sat in the project bag it was in, but I think we'll go into the portfolio for now until I decide what I'm doing with it, so it can get a bit flatter for a start. Then there was the one I gifted to my dad, which was Just One More Thing by Lion Embroidery. Insert a picture of the FFO here. That was finished 20th of October. Oops. Then I finished Blue Flower Stitch is Gonna Stitch. This is a freebie. I can link it below. If you want the colourways, they are on my Instagram, so same again, email me or DM me if you're not on Instagram and want the details. I just went ham on all my overdyes. Not even sure there's any DMC in there. So that is that one. Needlebook, maybe. Look, I downloaded the cookies one as well, so I'm not sure I might stick that on the back or just have a fabric back or what. So I have got a semi-plan for that one. Meditation Garden. Now this was gifted for Christmas as well. This is by Jan Hicks Creates. I haven't got the cover photo. So cover photo and the fully finished that I did. I finished this 9th of November and then got the frame from Picture Frames Express UK. Next was my Textile Heritage, and it's my sewing finish for the year. It seems to be one a year at the minute. They're similar, just in a different layout. But this is the scissor fob and I've already done the needle book. I've got the bookmark and pincushion to go. I could be getting the needle book and the pincushion the wrong way around, but you'll see them at some point. And then number 28 was, no, I've jumped number 26, which is the pincushion I did from, I want to say from Crossstitcher magazine. So that is complete. And then the next one was Quaker Rose. This was also a freebie by Stone Street Stitchworks. Here's mine. It's 1/1 on a 25 count Lugana, and it will fit on here. I just need to FFO it. Next one was Wild Iris Snaps G's for Gingerbread Man, and this is my first gingerbread. I will be making multiple of them. I have the I want to say button ribbon. I also have now got the black buttons here, but I'm going to stitch some more of them and FFO them all together. So yeah, and then the last one has been gifted, which is the retirement gift for a teacher. I will insert the picture here. This was a custom pattern from Etsy. Yeah, quite easy. DMC. I can't remember if I did it on 14 count either. I think it might have been 16 to get it in the hoop. So yeah, that's all my finishes. Like I said, I did slow down on the secret project because I want to finish it next year as a gift. I probably might get that professionally framed though as well, so it won't be much into January, and I'll just finish it off and take it. And I'm doing a lot now as well. Yeah, so there's a couple of UFOs I want to finish next year, potentially. And then I want to get my whips down from 30 to 25. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I've definitely got the UFOs down this year, despite UFOing more things. Although I've unkitted a couple of things as well. So that is it for this video. Sorry, that is it for this video. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for a great year. If you haven't seen the whip parade, go and check it out, especially the end. So that's it for now. I'm not sure what time it is, so I'm not sure I'll get that little Chatelaine video done or not. If not, it will be maybe record it tomorrow, because I want to start it on the 1st of January. So yeah, it needs to get done before I start, and I'm not waiting. I'm hoping my dad might come and visit actually on the 1st. It's either the 1st or the 2nd, so I might have to wait until he's departed to really get going on it. It's all kitted up. It's zigzag stitched edge. It's not on a Q snap or anything at the minute, but I've got those. I do need to put an order into Lakeside actually, and I'm going to get the 17 plus 6 senders to make it to a 20. So that's the plan for that. That's with my Christmas money. That's not from the husband or the in-laws. And that is it, because I am rambling. So bye for now. Take care. Bye.